Hey, you guys, welcome back for another day to meet the speakers that are coming to teach them diligently this year. Today, we have a real treat because Karen DeBeus from Simply Living for Him is with us. Karen has spoken for us for years and years and is truly one of the people that I admire most, one of the people that, as I was thinking about it this morning, you know, if I need prayer, if I just need to talk about something, Karen is one of the first people that always pops in my mind. So Karen, we are so very grateful for you and Steve and your family, and so glad that you're coming back to join us at Round Rock again this year. Can you tell everybody who may not know you yet a little bit about yourself, where they can find you, you know, kind of what your ministry is, and then we'll talk more about what you're going to be talking about.
Sure. I'm Karen DeBeus, and I am a homeschool mom to 4 children, but now I'm actually only a homeschool mom to 2 because I've graduated 2 in the past few years. I've been speaking, as you said, to teach them diligently, I think, since 2015. It's been quite a few years. The past few years have been a little, haphazard with all the changes, and I'm so excited that I can come back and be in person this year. A little bit about what I do. My ministry is called Simply Living for Him. It has really grown over the years. When I first started out, I really had this message for homeschooling moms to keep things simple, to get rid of all distractions in their lives and their homeschools, to really focus on what matters most. And over the years, the ministry has grown to not just homeschooling families, but to all women, because the message really isn't just for homeschooling, it's for all women. And for all people, though, to really get rid of distractions, get rid of all the stuff, not just physical clutter, although that's part of it, but really all of the stuff that kind of hinders us from our true purpose every day. You know, as a homeschooling mom, we get very distracted by all the information out there, by all the curriculum choices, by just all the daily things. And so my mission is always to point people back to Jesus. And so we've been homeschooling, we're going on 17 years next year. And I have seen really the fruit now, having graduated too, of keeping your eyes focused on Jesus and keeping your family grounded in the Word of God, and, not getting caught up in all of the stuff of homeschooling, to really focus on building a family and not just a transcript, for really, focusing on your children and building your relationships with them. Because I always say the homeschool journey ends. Ask me how I know. It's just ended for 2 of mine this year. The homeschool journey ends, but your relationship with your children is what lasts. And your relationship with the Lord is what lasts. And their relationship with the Lord is what lasts. So I really aim to help families, homeschool families, moms, focus on, building relationships, discipling your children. If you come to hear my sessions at Teach Them Diligently, I always say, if you want to hear about academics, you go to somebody else, because I really get to the heart, behind your homeschool, and, building your own relationship with the Lord so that you pour into your children, and then help them to build their relationship with the Lord as well. So like I said, we graduated 2 in the past few years. And so now I've only got 2 at home, and, your perspective really changes as you go. We actually just married off my one daughter this year, my oldest. She just got married. So we've gone through so many life transitions, and I really feel that God has given me a lot of these experiences to just pour into other mothers and to help them really focus on what matters most. Because you realize once that graduation day comes, all of the things you worried about in the past that really didn't matter, and all of the things that really do. So that's a little bit about what I do. I have a website at simplylivingforhim.com. I have a weekly podcast, Simply Living for Him podcast. I also operate a Simply Living for Him online women's community, which is not just for homeschooling moms, but it's for all women. We have over 1,500 members. It's completely free. We do Bible studies every month. We do monthly scripture writing and memorization challenges. We just provide a lot of resources for women to grow in the Word and in their walk with the Lord, and be encouraged by other women along the way. So that's a little bit about what I do.
Yeah, and what you were saying is so true about that rear view mirror that you get when you graduate. I've graduated 3 now, and we can't stress enough that all that minutia stuff that is tripping you up and making you lose sleep right now just fades into the background.
Absolutely.
You have a much bigger mission than getting off of your lesson plan in math for a sixth grader. I mean, honestly, you guys, keep your focus on going for the heart of your children, building those relationships, because as they grow, as they launch out, it's those relationships that are going to keep them close, that are going to keep them coming back, that are going to keep them tethered even when the world is pulling them away and they're questioning and they're trying to figure out their own, what their own lives as adults will look like. Those relationships help remind them of the foundation on which their faith is based and their walk is based, and all of those things. So really, really focus into that. Karen, thank you for reminding us of that today, because it's such a big deal. Can you tell us real quick before we're done, what are some of the sessions that you're going to be presenting? What can people expect to hear in those?
So I will be talking about, one session is based on a book I wrote after my daughter graduated college, graduated high school, when I had that rear view mirror moment. And that's called The Simple Homeschool Journey, Building a Family and Not Just a Transcript. And in that session, I'm going to take you through our entire journey from, being called to homeschool when she was just in kindergarten to then graduating her in, at high school. And we're really going to talk about that whole idea of building your family and not just a transcript. Like, we are, pouring into our children, and they are, a whole person, not just what you see on a one-page sheet, which we often get very wrapped up with in the homeschool journey. So we're going to be talking about building your family and why it's so important. I'm also doing two new sessions this year, which I'm super excited about. The first one is going to be about launching teens into adulthood, because I have just learned, I feel like we were really on fast forward, because we went from graduating my daughter 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now. She went off to college, and then 2 years in, she ended up getting married at college, while still in college. So we've just gone on this very quick path. But I also launched my son this year, who is not doing a traditional college. He's doing a gap year program, which a lot of people are interested in. So I want to be able to, share with moms who are in those high school years, who are in those teen years, I remember being so nervous, like, what's going to come next? And really talking about, walking through the teen years, which I think are the best years of homeschooling. Everybody's afraid of them. I absolutely love homeschooling my teenagers. I love my homeschooling my teenage boys. They are so much fun. And so I really want to provide encouragement for the teen years, and then, kind of talking about launching them into adulthood, because there is a huge transition that takes place no matter what happens after high school. And, I walked through a lot of grief, even though my daughter was doing good things. She was going to college. She's pursuing a degree in ministry. She's married, all these wonderful things. I couldn't have asked for more. There is still a grief. So I want to be able to walk families through that as well. And then I'll be talking about my Bible-based homeschooling session, which many people come to that one because several years ago in our homeschool journey, we used the Bible for 1 year to really teach all of our subjects: science, language arts, history. We just did like a giant unit study using the Bible. And I talk about in that session, not just how to do that, because some people might not want to do that, but why it is so important to teach with a perspective from the Bible, why it is so important, no matter what curriculum you choose, to teach with that foundation. And, of course, then showing how we do that as well. And then my other new session, which I am so excited about, is called The Most Important Thing That You Can Do for Your Homeschool. And I want to really pour into moms and let them know that in order to disciple our children, we have to be disciples. In order to teach our children the word, we have to know the word, and to really understand that our relationship with the Lord is what is going to flow out into our homeschool, into our families. And, I really want to walk alongside women and nurture them and encourage them that they must build their own relationship with the Lord. And that is really going to be the most important thing you can do for your family. And everybody thinks like, what curriculum should I choose? And, what planner should I choose? And all of these things. And all of those things will not take place of really nourishing your soul. And so that session, like I said, I've really begun the past years ministering to all women, not just homeschooling families. And I really believe in the importance of women being in the Word every day, building their relationship with the Lord, because out of that, everything else flows. And that's going to affect your homeschool more than anything. So that's my other new session for this year that I'm so excited about.
That is awesome. And I think that you can see through Karen's excitement and really just passion for what she gets to talk about, as well as in the other speakers interviews that we've done, that these are messages that God has laid on the hearts of those who are coming to speak and to join us. And this is a really, really big deal. And it's something that you can't experience the same excitement, the same joy, the same relational interactions with people just virtually. So I encourage you, find your way to a live event, join us on site, rub elbows with these awesome men and women of God who love the Lord, they love their family, and they are there to minister to yours. Karen, thank you so, so much for hanging out with us today. It's been such a joy.
Absolutely. I just want to say just what you said. When I speak at Teach Them Diligently, I always tell the moms when I'm there, if you need prayer, come find me.
Yeah.
If you need to want to grab a cup of coffee, I will sit with you and pray with you and talk with you. I truly believe when I'm there that it is to connect with, women or families. And always afterwards, people, will say to me, like, I needed to hear that. And that's really the reason I do it. And just what you said, in person, to hug somebody, to look them in the eye and talk with them, to pray with them. That's what I go for. And I can't wait to do it again this year.
Yeah, me either. I am so, so excited. And just to piggyback on that, every single speaker, every single, all the people that are there to serve your family are there for that reason. We are available. I honestly, I talk almost from the moment I hit the venue, my head hits the pillow at night. And it is so exciting to hear your stories, to see your heart, to learn about your family dynamic and all of those things. So we look forward to getting to know you and spending that time with you. And we always are so grateful for the opportunity to hear your heart. So come and join us. I will give you all the links that you need to know in the notes for this video. But Karen and I and all the others can't wait to see you there. Talk to you soon. Bye.